May I have it back?
No, nigga!
I could probably pawn this for a lot of money.
I like money.
No. 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 What's up, guys? This is Mike from OGRagebreak Gaming, and I'm going to welcome you to my newest Retro Saturdays Let's Play / walkthrough series. Viewers, I want to welcome you to one of the most retro games of all time, perfectly fitting for Retro Saturdays. Viewers, I want to welcome you to Let's Play Chrono Trigger Plus. Yes, Chrono Trigger Plus, a ROM hack of the original Chrono Trigger that was released back in 1995 for the Super Nintendo, or the SNES, or the SNES, whatever the fuck you want to call it, viewers. It has so many lingo nicknames at this point. But Chrono Trigger is by far, as I said, the most retro of retro games from back in the day. Really great JRPG, really good, excellent adventure, utilizing the power of time, utilizing the power of Super Nintendo graphics at its finest. And this was pretty much near the tail end of the SNES era and stuff. Oh man, it went all out, just like Final Fantasy VI did with its release back in, well, originally 1994. I'm talking about Final Fantasy VI that was released, you know, with the V and the I, not Final Fantasy III, which was not, you know what? Oh shit! Yeah. Remember the shit that was Final Fantasy III, Final Fantasy VI, in which they switched the numbers of the different games and shit around? How they did it back then? Yeah. Nintendo America, I look at you with really, really good, bad side eyes on that. But that's a story for another time. Chrono Trigger, in and of itself, is like playing an SNES Final Fantasy game. Great story, great battles, great music. It is the whole fucking package. The whole fucking package. One of the most sexiest retro games of all time. So, if you guys like action, adventure, romance, time, with a little bit of death and shit, or, you know, cheating death, I'm not spoiling what that means, but you'll find out what I mean. Then come and welcome to Let's Play Chrono Trigger Plus for the SNES. Yes, let us begin our epic adventure in time. New game, start. Now, I'm going to go with active here for the battle mode. Enemies will attack when you're not ready, or wait, you can take your time and strategize correctly. I might change it later, because they did make things a bit more difficult for this particular mod. Alright, viewers, I'm back. Yeah, going through here is a bit slowly, because I have to use the analog stick on my controller. It is really fucking annoying. But yeah, if you didn't know this already, if my intro at the beginning wasn't obvious enough, my name is Mike. So, there you go. You can call me whatever you want. OG, Rage Break, Mike, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm cool with all three. But, when it comes to OG, I am OG of gaming. That's, and, you know, my honest opinion of myself as a gamer. So what's going on here? Mike? Mike! Good morning, Mike. 5 more minutes, Mom. Damn. Come on, sleepyhead. Get up. Rise and shine. Leene's bell makes such beautiful music. It's 6 in the morning. You were so excited about the Millennial Fair, you didn't sleep well, did you? Yeah, only slept for like a couple hours before you had to rush in and wake me up with the blinding sunlight in my face. I want you to behave yourself today, young man.
What, bitch? What?
Come on, get your lazy ass out of bed now. I gotta make the bed and I'm not gonna make it with you laying in it. Come on. Get up! Great. just me, or did he? You know what? Never mind. I don't know why Locke from Final Fantasy VI came into my mind when Crono did that weird squatting motion there. I don't know why, but Locke came into my head just then. Well, there you go. That being said, though, viewers, before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of the game, we got a slight tutorial to go over real quick. So, in any case, this is our main menu here. We can only use 3 characters in battle. It's not like Final Fantasy like 9 or early Final Fantasy, which you could use like 4 party members. No, you only use 3, and we'll be able to switch out party members when we get more than 3 party members. You can equip your weapons here. Armor or your headgear, your armor piece, and you only get 1 accessory in your thing here as well. Now, we don't see the info of the items while we have it equipped, but when we get different items or weapons or whatever to equip, we'll be able to see what those do, and then see what we originally had on to see what those properties are. Some weapons, armor, and accessories have different properties on them or different added abilities on them that could be useful and beneficiary to us later down the line. So there you go. Our items go in this item menu here. You can also organize them as well as your key items. Now, in this game, we have what's called text. We got single target text for specific characters. We got dual text that can be used against with 2 characters, and we can use triple text, which can be learned later on in the game between all 3 characters and stuff. And we can learn them depending on who the characters are, so they're not set like you have just a main 3 and they just learn specific ones all together. No, you can mix and match different characters and they'll all learn different dual tech and triple techs and stuff like that. It is pretty cool. A pretty good use of their bond, as I like to call it in Chrono Trigger. Their bonds with each other create new techniques for them to use with each other. So it is pretty cool. That's why I utilize and think of dual text in this game. It is a really cool mechanic. In order to learn single target text, you need what's known as skill points. You can get these by defeating enemies in battle, and you'll get EXP and skill points to learn you know, your single text and everything like that. Dual text can only be learned when specific single text for certain characters are learned. Once those single target texts are learned for those characters, then they'll be able to learn the dual tech combining both of those abilities. So there you go. Now, as far as our config menu here, stereo on. With battle speed, it doesn't really matter which, but menu speed, you definitely want to have the message set as fast as possible. It's not as slow as like Golden Sun or anything like that, but you know, it's pretty up there. The window color, you can change it just like how you could in Final Fantasy VI. So there you go, very, very nice. Want it to be a bit more brighter, so I'll go with the classic blue for now anyway. Save console menu on. Battle gauge, I'll leave that the same. You also got your control pad, your save battle cursor, as well as your save skill and your item cursor, which is basically like the memory option and stuff like in Final Fantasy games, which whatever command that you ended the last battle on will be the command that you enter the next battle on. So there you go. You also have exchange here, which we can use to exchange, swap out your party members, which we'll be able to do later on. And of course, you got your save menu here, which will allow you to save your game on the world map or on, you know, specific save points later on. So there you go. Case. Finally, by the way, that inventor friend of yours, you know, oh dear, I've forgotten her name. Luca. Cool name. Yeah. Oh yeah, the nerdy chick. I forgot about her. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Luca. Don't forget that she invited you to see her new invention. Run along now and be back before dinner. She doesn't know the shit we're about to get into. If only she knew the plot, then, you know, she... no. Come back before dinner. Don't be out too long. I will. Alright, moving on then. In any case. But yeah, the nice thing about Chrono Trigger is that it's the open world and stuff like that. Now, there are no battles out here on the overworld itself, but it's only in the specific areas that we go into. So we could explore our main area here right now, but not right now. Let's go and check out one specific location first. Now, as you already noticed already, I have a max gold code or money code because I don't like grinding for money. I do this for all my playthroughs and stuff. This isn't the first one I do it for because I don't like grinding cash.
I like money.
You gotta do that shit in real life. Why the fuck would I want to do it in a video game?
That ass.
I have years of experience doing that while playing on the console. And it was a shitty experience at that, so I don't intend to replicate that in a game playing on an emulator. So there you go. Now the area here in question I want to check out is this area here known as Porre Village, way to the south of where we start the game. Now I want to go to the market here. The market in our starting town is not open at the moment, but the market here is open. So let's go and check it out, what we can purchase. Now, we got some pretty, well, at this point, at the beginning of the game, very expensive shit. We got the steel saber, iron bow, pea shooter, and stuff like that. Pretty cool. I'm going to be getting these. Now, Crono can equip sword type items, which is standard for any JRPG or main protagonist. I'll get an iron bow for later, as well as a pea shooter. Now, I don't recommend getting any of these because at this point, if you're not using a max gold code, you won't be able to afford any of these. So, I would not bother with any of these. You don't need them at the moment, but they are very good to have earlier on. Now, one thing that I should mention is that for this particular mod, you will only be able to buy 10 items of each item. That includes weapons, armor, and accessories.
Huh?
So yeah, things like the potion here, which can restore 50 HP, cure all, which basically can, cure status elements, and life water, which is basically phoenix downs. You can only buy 10. So unlike the original games in which you can buy 99 of each item, you cannot do that in this mod. One of the challenges in this game is you have to pick and choose when to use these items. You can only have 10 on you at a time. So, if you use them at the wrong time, too bad! You should have strategized better. That's your fucking problem. That's pretty much how the game is, in a sense. So yeah, I'll get 3 Kempo Gis, 3 bronze males, and 3 bronze helms. There we go. Alright, we're all set to go. But yeah, you can only... Oh yeah, I forgot shelters. The shelters are like, well, they're like mini tents, or like how they were or you know what, like the sleeping bags in Final Fantasy VI and stuff. These work for like, I think, a single party member and stuff like that. But we'll be able to get actual tents that can restore all party members' HP and MP on the world map or at a save point later on in the game. So, there you go. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Of course, you could just give us tents right at the start game, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, now before we head on back to the starting town, let's go and equip that new stuff on Crono. Not bad. That's a nice attack boost for him, too. Alright, but yeah, as I said, you can check and see the description of our starting equipment that we have on by equipping something new. So, there you go. Equip the bronze helm. Let's see. Equip the let's see. Okay, wait a minute. So we got 2 different things here that Crono could equip: the Kempo Gi, or the Karate Gi. Is there a difference? And the bronze melt. The bronze melt is better defensively, but the Kempo Gi is a bit cheaper. So there you go. Now we don't have an accessory yet, but I'll show you guys where we can get one soon enough. Alright viewers, we're back in the starting area. Now, before we head to the Millennial Fair that's up there where those balloons are at, there's one other place I want to check out first. Now, we don't have to go here right now, it's optional, but let's go check out the Guardia Forest. Alright, but in any case, the reason why I want to come inside the Guardia Forest is because this is the first area in the game in which we can encounter wild enemies that we can fight. So let's go show off our first encounter. Whoa, shit! Those some big ass marshmallows.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Some big ass mushrooms. Alright, our first battle. Now, oh, the battle theme kicks so much ass. Classic retro at its finest. Now, with the item command, you can use the items that you pick up at shops or out in the field right now in battle if you want. Now, we don't have any tech abilities yet. We have to get some skill points in order to get our first tech for Crono. So basically, if you got the steel sword from the Porre marketplace and stuff, you can go equip that on Crono. He'll be dealing some pretty sexy damage with that. And at the beginning of the game, the attack strength from the steel saber will pretty much one-shot most of the enemies in this forest. So it'll make grinding in this area a little bit easier. Now, when you win battles, you get EXP, tech points, and you get gold. The tech points is basically skill points. So there you go. That's pretty much the gist of it. Now, check it out over here. This is very missable to the naked eye, if you don't have good eyesight, that is. But you notice there's a little glint of light at the right side. Check over here, you can find a power tab. Nice. Now, these tabs, you can find several of them in the game. Keep a close eye out for them because they are very nicely hidden. And like I said, if your eyesight is very bad, you won't really see them. So yeah, you gotta have pretty good eyesight to find these things. Now, the power tab is like the source items from Final Fantasy VII. Basically, you can use these on your character, and it is a permanent stat boost. So you get a +1 to power for whoever you give this to. So I'm obviously giving this to Crono. There you go. You see that? His attack strength went up from 15 to 16. There you go. That's the power of the power tab. We can also get other ones like magic tabs and speed tabs. Very useful. The speed tabs in particular are very fucking useful. Now, let me show off one more encounter, and then we'll go on and continue on with the plot. Now, these particular enemies here, these beetles, not really much of a challenge. Get them out the way, please. And let me fast forward through this because this is taking too long. There you go. Yay! And we also get our first tech in the game, Cyclone. Very, very nice. Cyclone is a spin cut that damages all nearby enemies. So basically, you notice how the enemies move while we're in battle? If they cluster together, you can use Cyclone to deal damage to all of them. Just make sure that they're clustered together first. Do not use Cyclone on a single enemy. It is not worth it, and it's a waste of MP. Your tech skills will cost MP, by the way. Obviously. Our next one that Crono can learn is Wind Slash, but we need 86 skill points to get that. Holy shit. But Slash, I think is really good. I think it's magic damage, if memory serves. Now, before we continue on, one more thing I want to show off is utilizing Cyclone in battle, as I said. Now, let's hope these enemies will actually, come together. But yeah, if they happen to move close to each other, that's when you'll want to use Cyclone. But you gotta be quick with it, because while they're moving, they can move out of range and they will avoid Cyclone altogether. So yeah, if they get clustered together, that's when you'll want to use Cyclone. Awesome, and I got a level up. Perfect. Now, we'll be coming back to the Guardia Forest later on as far as, plot and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, we'll be back here later. But in any case, barring that for now, let's head on and continue on with the plot then. Alright. So apparently there's a fair going on. Ooh, I'm in for some cotton candy. Let's head to the Leene Square then. Ooh, festive music. Sup, old man? How's it going? Welcome to the Millennial Fair. Have fun. Cool, I'll be sure to do that. This is Leene Square. They say people who hear Leene's bell will have interesting and happy lives. Is that so? How's it going? I hear Luke and her dad have made another crazy invention. Hope it doesn't blow up like all the others. Inventions, huh? Oh yeah, Chrono's mom did say she was kind of a science whiz or something like that. Now this person here sells what exactly do you sell? Oh yeah, he sells the Kippokis and the bronze helms here as well. Of course, if you need some, if you got the money, do it. Of course, you can grind for gold in the Guardia Forest. That's why they give you access to it now, because you can grind for items at the moment here. You can also get these the status items here as well. Now there is one other guy I want to talk to. This guy here with the black glasses on and the cane. Sup, dude? Buy something from Melchior the swordsman? Sure, I guess. Now, this guy here, Melchior, keep him in mind for later. Now, he sells some, 2 swords here. The Iron Blade is a bit stronger than our starting weapon, I think it was the wooden sword. So, yeah, if you got the gold, get the Iron Blade. If you really got the gold, get the Silver Blade. Very useful. I think this was called the Lode Sword in the original game. But it's called the Silver Blade here. Interesting. I wonder why they changed it. Not that it matters, but it costs 4,000 gold just to get this damn sword. It is there. So there you go. But it's definitely stronger. I live on the continent to the east. Come see me sometime. I'll be sure to do that. Thank you. But yeah, keep Melchior in mind for later. There's a bit more to this old man, but I'm not going to spoil it. But keep him in mind for later. He is a blacksmith, by the way. Now, the silver sword is definitely stronger than the steel saber. So, there you go. Very, very nice. It's only like a 3-point boost for Crono, but it is so good. It's probably going to be Chrono's strongest weapon for a little bit. So, definitely pick that up. Now that I think about it, you know what? There is one thing I forgot to get. Let's leave real quick and get that first. Now, there is a house that has a treasure chest in it. I'm trying to remember where exactly it is. Is it here at the end? Well, this isn't it, but there's a black box here. What is this? This box has been in the family for generations. Let's see. Sealed by a mysterious force. That sound is going to get very annoying as we progress through the game. You'll see what I mean later. Alright, but that's not the house I actually wanted to check out. Is it at the Mayor's Manor? Yes, here it is. There we go. We get the wallet. Nice. Now, this wallet is our second accessory besides the bandana that we can get. The wallet, effort becomes money. Basically, EXP will turn into gil or gold. So basically, if you have the wallet equipped, if you really need money, instead of getting EXP at the end of battle, whoever has the wallet equipped will you'll get gold instead of EXP. So only equip that wallet if you really need money. If you don't need money, don't equip it. Trust me. Just don't equip it if you don't need the money, because you won't get EXP that way. But yeah, there's not really much for us to do at the moment, so let's just go and continue on with the plot. In any case, look at this chick. Oh!
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Damn! Walk on the green, not in between, sister. Shit. Hey! Ah, damn. Ouch, that hurt. I'm so sorry. You're not hurt, are you? I'm good. I got a tomato head, so I'm fine. Uh-oh, my pendant! Where did it go? Thank you, I'm fine, but have you seen what happened to my pendant? This one over here? I don't know why, but a pendant falling off? Do not tell me this is a plot device. it's a plot device, isn't it? Well, we'll see. Now, viewers, once you get the pendant, do not do anything else. Once you get the pendant, talk to her. Here's your pendant. Oh, thank goodness, my pendant. It has a lot of sentimental value to me. May I have it back?
No, nigga.
I could probably pawn this for a lot of money.
I like money.
No. 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 I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, of course you can have it back. Thank you. I came to see the festival. You live in this town, don't you? I feel a little bit out of place here. Would you mind if I walked around with you for a while? Sure, I guess if you want. Yay! You're a true gentleman. Oh, by the way, my name is, well, we get to name her Marle. Yes. Or, as I like to call it, yay! Or call her, the Kermit girl. She is where my yay meme comes from. Yeah, it's Kermit, but whenever Marle jumps around, she does that face, that silly SNES graphic face. That is so fucking hilarious. It is cute, but it reminds me of when Kermit does that that meme. Yay! You know, that frog shit. So there you go. But yeah, we got Marle now. Hooray! Marley's the name, and you're Mike. Nice to meet you. Mike, what a nice name. Pleased to meet you too. Now, lead on. Right. In any case. Huh. Pretty cool. Wait a minute. A pendant and a chick with blonde hair and a ponytail. You know what they say about chicks with blonde hair. I'm not talking about the Clueless meme. They are usually either very important to a story, or they're a plot device for something dangerous, or they're just clueless.
What? How dare you?
I don't know. There's something about this Marle that seems off. But whatever. In any case, let's go guide our new friend around the fair and have a little bit of fun. Next time! If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for Gaming Vision from me. And of course, when you subscribe, be sure to hit the bell to notify my newest uploads. Got something to say? Of course you do. Leave a comment, duh. Till next time, dudes and dudettes, my OGRagebreak game and OGRagebreaks. Have a great day, my bitches and bros. Smell you later.